gets the ball from Hugh Evans. He looks.
What you just saw was the shot, the bucket that MJ made in the first round of the 1989 NBA playoffs to knock the Cleveland Cavaliers out of the playoffs, and it's also known as one of Michael Jordan's most clutch moments. What's up, everybody? It's PinoE here, and this is the history of the Air Jordan 4. Lego! Alright, so let's start off with some basics. The Air Jordan 4, it's another one of the classic models that most sneakerheads go out of their way to collect. The model was originally released in 1989, and it was the second shoe designed by Tinker Hatfield. Despite not winning a championship, MJ had another great year while wearing this model, taking home another scoring title with 32.5 points per game. He was part of the NBA All-Star Game, First Team NBA All-Defense Award, and of course he made the shot while wearing this shoe. Alright, so let's get into the shoes now. In February 1989, the Air Jordan 4 White Cement and Black Cement released with a price tag of $110, followed by the Military Blue in the summer and the Fire Red releasing in November of that same year. There was no real motivation behind the sneaker design, but Tinker and Jordan wanted to get away from the animal prints and have a shoe that represented hard work, and this is what we got. Today, dead stock pairs hit around the $1,000 mark. If you were a fan of the Air Jordan 4, you had to wait 10 years before the shoe would re-release in 1999. This time around, retail prices dropped by $10, and the shoes released with a price tag of $100. The Black Cement released on May 5th, followed by the White Cement on June 2nd, but for the first time, Jordan also released Retro Plus colorways and introduced the Columbia on August 21st and Oreo on November 27th. This was also the first time the mesh would be removed and replaced with perforated leather, along with leather wings, and they had a Jumpman logo instead of Nike Air on the heel tab. Between the years of 2000 and 2006, Jordan Brand would continue to release Retro Plus colorways of the Air Jordan 4, 13 of them to be exact, in men's, women's, and GS exclusives, and during this time we would see a slight increase in pricing, jumping up to $115. During this time is when the sneaker community started to complain about the quality Jordan Brand was putting out. When I refer to quality, this also includes the shape of the shoe. Take a look at the OG pairs that I posted at the beginning of this video, and then look at these silhouettes, and you can notice some of the changes which were made, which caused some of the complaints, and which in turn started the Nike Remastered program, which is bringing us not only better quality materials, but also the silhouettes back to as closely to the OGs as possible. The next time an OG colorway would release was in 2006. 17 years after its original release, the Military Blue would make its first appearance, and retail was only $5 more than its OG pricing, and these retailed for $115. But that fuckery would kick in, and unfortunately, this was the first time the Jumpman would appear on the heel tab of an OG colorway of the Air Jordan 4. Between 2006 and today, another 23 pairs of Air Jordan 4s were released. More notably, the Countdown Pack 4s, the Dornbecker 4s, and some other highly sought-after colorways, and pricing slowly made its way to $190. Now, 2016 was the first time that Nike Air was added back to the heel tab, and for that we had to pay an additional $30, with retail hitting $220. Other models like the Premium 4s and the Pony Hair Snakeskin and the upcoming Obsidians hit retail for $400. Now, I know I didn't include some pairs like the M&M 4s and the Undefeated 4s, and that's because they didn't release to the general public. But those models are some of the highest selling pairs of Jordans, with resale hitting the $40,000 mark. Alright then, as these other colorways run across the screen, I want to ask you all what you think of this model. Where does it rank on your all-time list? And what's your favorite colorway of this shoe? I'm someone who likes the OG classics, and I really can't just pick one pair, so if I had to answer my own question, I'd have to say my favorites are the white and black cements. So that's the history of the Air Jordan 4, and that's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, and I hope you did, hit that like button. If you're new around here, subscribe, join the squad. If you have something to say, leave it in the comments below, and I'm out!